Naughty by Nature, an iconic name in hip-hop, has been a powerful force since the late 80s and early 90s. Treach, Vin Rock, and DJ KG defined a unique era of rap, one where the genre itself was blossoming into a cultural movement that extended far beyond music into the fabric of American life and beyond. Known for their gritty lyrics, infectious beats, and indelible style, Naughty by Nature became the voice for those who felt marginalized, who understood the struggles and resilience of the streets, and who sought an outlet for expression in a world that sometimes felt deafeningly silent. For over a decade, their dynamic was seamless, creating hits that resonated across different demographics and propelled them to international stardom. And yet, as is often the case with greatness, fame brought challenges. Over time, the once solid bond between Treach, Vin Rock, and DJ KG began to fracture. For years, fans witnessed the growth and eventual divergence of these three pioneers. It was a slow unraveling, one that took place quietly, out of the public eye at first, but later became clear as whispers of tension circulated through industry channels. It wasn't just creative differences or the inevitable shifts that occur as artists grow individually. It was more profound, an emotional rift that went deep. By the early 2010s, those tensions had boiled over. While many groups face friction, Naughty by Nature's issues seemed especially personal. There were allegations of betrayal, misunderstandings, and egos clashing. Despite their professional successes, the bond they'd shared as a group appeared to dissolve, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and turmoil. For many fans, it was difficult to accept that the trio that had once represented unity and resilience had, in some ways, fallen victim to the very pressures they rapped about. For Treach, Vin Rock, and DJ KG, the journey was never just about the music. They came from New Jersey, where life was a constant hustle, where every beat they created carried the weight of personal experience, hardship, and triumph. Their upbringing played a crucial role in shaping not just their sound but their entire outlook on life and music. Treach, known for his intense delivery and raw lyricism, emerged as a force to be reckoned with, bringing an almost poetic aggression that set him apart. He became the voice of the streets, the spokesperson for those who had no platform. Vin Rock, on the other hand, brought a sense of balance with his thoughtful perspective and measured cadence, adding depth to the group's dynamic. DJ KG was the heartbeat, the one who crafted the beats and set the stage for Treach and Vinny's verses. Together, they created a synergy that was rare and electrifying. As they continued to gain fame, they weren't just musicians, they were representatives of a movement. Songs like OPP and Hip Hop Hooray became anthems for a generation, encapsulating the spirit of hip-hop at a time when the genre was still fighting for recognition and respect in the mainstream. Their music videos were iconic, showcasing the gritty, vibrant energy of the neighborhoods they grew up in, and inviting fans into a world that was real, raw, and unfiltered. Each song was a story, each verse a chapter in a narrative that spoke to the resilience of people who lived on the margins but still found joy and purpose. However, fame has a way of complicating things. The demands of the music industry, coupled with personal differences, began to chip away at their unity. By the 2010s, it was evident that the bond between Treach, Vin Rock, and DJ KG had been severely strained. There were reports of arguments, creative disagreements, and even a physical altercation at one point. These weren't just minor squabbles. They were signs of a deeper disconnection, one that couldn't simply be mended by time or success. Despite their shared history and the immense impact they'd had on hip-hop, they found themselves at an impasse. Seemed that the very things that had once united them were now pulling them apart. The tensions weren't just personal, they affected their professional dynamic as well. Treach, who had always been a driving force in the group, seemed to embrace the idea of moving forward independently. In interviews, he hinted at the challenges of trying to work with people who no longer shared the same vision or enthusiasm. It wasn't just about artistic differences, it was about trust, loyalty, and the sense of brotherhood that had once defined their relationship. For Treach, going solo or even performing under the Naughty by Nature name without Vin Rock seemed like a viable option, a way to continue his journey without the baggage of unresolved conflict. Vin Rock, on the other hand, seemed more reserved in his approach. He recognized the significance of their legacy and appeared to have a more measured perspective on the group's dynamic. While he acknowledged the challenges, he also seemed open to the idea of reconciliation, at least on some level. He understood that Naughty by Nature wasn't just a brand or a group, it was a part of hip-hop history, a symbol of resilience and unity that had inspired countless fans and artists. DJ KG, who had been an integral part of their success with his production skills, also seemed caught in the middle, balancing his loyalty to both Treach and Vinny with his own creative aspirations. The fans, meanwhile, were left in a state of uncertainty. For many, Naughty by Nature represented more than just music. They were a part of their lives, a soundtrack to their memories and experiences. The idea of Treach, Vinny, and KG going their separate ways was heartbreaking, a reminder of the fragility of even the most enduring bonds. Over the years, there were occasional rumors of a reunion, but they never seemed to materialize. It was as if the wounds were too deep, the memories too painful to revisit. Each member pursued his own path, navigating the highs and lows of a career in hip-hop, but the magic they'd once shared seemed like a distant memory. However, something extraordinary happened last night in New Jersey. In a moment that no one could have anticipated, Treach, Vin Rock, and DJ KG found themselves back on stage together, performing as a unit for the first time in years. The occasion was the Scorpio Soiree, a bash hosted by the legendary hip-hop radio personality Miss Jones. The event was already packed with fans and industry insiders, eager to celebrate the golden era of hip-hop with performances from 90s icons like Christopher Williams and Monafa. It was a night filled with nostalgia, a celebration of a time when hip-hop was raw, authentic, and unapologetic. As the evening progressed, DJ Bukeem Styles and comedian Mike Sean took the stage, adding their own flair to the event. But the real highlight came when the DJ queued up Uptown Anthem. The song, originally created for the soundtrack of the 1992 film Juice, was more than just a track. It was a cultural milestone, a piece of hip-hop history that captured the essence of an era. The movie itself, featuring a breakout performance from Tupac Shakur, was a gritty, unflinching portrayal of life in the inner city, and Uptown Anthem served as its heartbeat, a song that spoke to the struggles, hopes, and resilience of a generation. As soon as the beat dropped, the energy in the room shifted. Treach, Vinny, and KG stepped onto the stage, and it was as if no time had passed. Crowd erupted in cheers, a mixture of disbelief and exhilaration. For those who had followed Naughty by Nature from the beginning, it was a surreal moment, one that seemed almost too good to be true. Trio, once separated by years of conflict, was back together, performing with the same intensity and passion that had defined their early years. It was a spontaneous reunion, one that felt raw and unfiltered, and it reminded everyone in the room of the magic that happens when artists who share a deep, unbreakable bond come together.